Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a review on the iRobot Roomba replenishment kit, and I'm also going to show you how to do the maintenance on your Roomba. I've got the J7 Plus and the J7 Plus mopping vacuum. Okay, so in your app you may get a notification that says clean your empty your bin and clean your filter. Also under product health, it's going to give you the time left. This is how much time you have left on the filter, the sweeper brushes, and the dual multi-surface brushes. Now anytime you change these, you're going to want to reset these. So today we're going to reset this, and I can reset it, and there is an installation guide I could click on right there. So it's going to give you how many hours you have left. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is turn the Roomba off. Now it's a little tricky. Just unmount it from the base, lift one wheel up, and then hold the button down for 3 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to turn this one off. I'm going to hold one wheel up, hold this down for 3 seconds. It's going to make that sound, and now it's off. Okay, so we got the vacuum off. Press this button, this chamber is going to release. Now we can flip it over. Okay, first let's replace the sweeper brush. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver or a straight slot. Hold this while you unscrew this screw. And it's simply just going to lift off. Here's our new one. It's got the screw built into it already, but it is kind of keyed. So you're going to kind of wiggle it around and then push down. It should go on nice and easy, and then screw the screw on there. Now it's nice and tight. There it is compared to the old one. Okay, so next, while we have it off, we want to clean these, make sure these pads are nice and clean. These are the sensors. Make sure these sensors, these little windows right here are all clean. Just kind of brush them off. Now we're going to replace this. There's a little release button here, and then let's turn it this way. It's a little easier. So there's a release button here, then this little collar, this thing's going to come up, and now I can remove both of these. And they're different colors, but they do show you the different colors here, so you'll know which one to put in next. Now, if you're going to reuse them, there is always a bunch of hair that kind of gets in here, and especially over here. You can reuse these. Sometimes these will go bad. They'll get like holes in them and start to rip and tear. These aren't too bad. I might be able to reuse these by just taking out the hair and giving them a good cleaning. So while you've got this open, you're going to want to kind of just brush this, get like a brush, and then you can kind of blow this out a little bit. But you can see there's the two different colors, light green and dark green. Okay, so I brushed that all out. It's nice and clean. Here's the new ones. You're always going to put this one in first. And again, you got to make sure this is up. A dark green one. So there's kind of like this side that has the big opening. That's going to go in over here. So put the dark green one in first, then the light green one, and you should be able to snap that down. Make sure there's no hair caught up around the wheels. Make sure these are nice and clean. This wheel spins free. Don't forget around front, just kind of wipe off, make sure the camera is nice and clean. Okay, so now here's where the debris is kept. Here's the filter. Now this filter is going to have a lot of fine dust on it, so be careful, but you're going to pull it out. Now you can blow this off sometimes, blow it from this way and kind of reuse it one time, but here's what a new filter looks like. Now while I've got this apart, you'll see there's kind of like a bunch of dust, and there's kind of like a filter. Press the release button. If you look up here, there's kind of a wire filter here, so I like to take a blower and just blow this whole thing out really good. Okay, so that is nice and clean now. Now, make sure sometimes there can be debris kind of caught in this thing. Make sure this flap is nice and clear. It should seal real good right there. Now it's time to put the new filter on. There's like a little lip on one side, and it simply just sits in there and snaps. And now you're going to put this little hook in right here, rotate it, and it should snap in. Okay, so here we got the one with the mopping head. So the mopping head's real easy to change. And unvelcro it here, and then it slides out. There's like a track that it slides out on. You can throw this in the washing machine. When you're ready to put a new one on, just kind of hold it like that. Make sure it's in this track. Very simple to change. So let's dump it over. Let's take this off first. Press this release button. There's our container. We're going to change out that filter. Tip it over. Be careful. Ooh, we got a bunch of debris kind of caught up in here. So we're going to tip this over. Same thing. This one doesn't need change. Make sure this is clean. All these sensors, give these sensors a nice wipe off. Lift this up. take these out. I'll be able to reuse these. But this does need cleaned once in a while. So even though I wasn't to my time yet, I'm going to clean the hair out here, here. And now I've got a bunch of debris that I need to clean out right in here and right in there. So I'm going to go clean that out. Okay, so that got all cleaned out. Lift this up. Again, let's put these back in. There's kind of like a notch you got to get that into. And then we can put this down. Let's turn it over. Now this one holds water also, so be careful with it. It holds solution. So you're going to open this up here, but the filter's in the exact same spot. So this filter is relatively okay. I'm going to blow this one off and probably reuse that filter. I can rinse this out. This is where the soap and solution goes. So sometimes I do rinse that out just to kind of free up that stuff, but I'm going to blow this out and we'll get this all cleaned up. Okay, so I'm going to reuse this filter, snap it on. Now if I want to put my solution in, I'm going to put it in. There's a sensor here too, so make sure that sensor's clean. Again, you're going to rotate it in until it snaps. It's a good idea to kind of make sure this is clean, kind of wipe these contacts off a little bit. Now you're going to take the vacuum with the camera front. I just like to rotate it up there, kind of like it was driving itself. Now docking it should turn it on automatically. Again, I turned it off by putting it on the charging contacts. That light comes on and now it turned itself on. Okay, so same over here on the J7, just kind of like, again, the unit is off right now, but I'm just going to rotate it up. There. That light comes on and it turns the unit on. Okay, so in this kit, I only get one set of rollers, but I do get 3 of these brushes and 3 of these filters. Okay, so open up your Roomba app. Now let's reset those. Go to Product Health. Let's do the high efficiency filter. I'm going to reset. Would you like to replace? It looked worn out. Let's just put it looked worn out. Okay, let's do these. Reset those. It looked worn out. And then let's do those. Reset, and it looked worn out. So now the hours, I've got 256 hours left, 100 hours left on the brushes, and 50 hours left on the filter. Okay, so let's go back to the Roomba app. I like to just press empty the bin, make sure it's all hooked up right and working correctly. Okay, so it says it's ready to vacuum, so it must be all good to go. So I hope my video helps. Thanks everybody for watching.